Hello again, okay, here in this video, I got an example to show you of why it happens again, okay? Uh, well, that's no lie. Why it happens again, and we've had an awful lot of it happening again recently, haven't we? That's right. Why is it when we have boys and girlfriends together, that's right, and husbands and wives together? Why is it that the domestic abuse happens? Why is it that just in this last week alone, last few days, we've had a lot of massive stuff going down? Well, this is an example. This is where it all starts right here. Okay? So watch this.
YouTube, oh my god. Anyway, so I'm making a video basically about, um, why are men so, no, let me rephrase that. Why are ugly men so persistent? Answers, and I don't ask him any questions. That should be another clue to leave. I don't give you my number. Like to where if you gave me his number and I'm like, oh, well, here's mine. I didn't give him my number, so that should have been a clue. Some women like to lie about their situations and say, oh, I've been in a 3-year relationship or I'm married, and knowing that they couldn't even get a date if they wanted to, but since the guy was unattractive.
Okay, now what'd you see there? That's right. She gave you an example of why TFL exists, don't she? She also gave you another example also, didn't she? That's right. That's right. And you know what that example would be when she told you why TFL existed? Well, when you was unattractive, you knew you couldn't get a date if you wanted to. That's right. Because the women already know they're not going to give you the time of day because you're unattractive. The only way the woman's going to give an unattractive guy the time of day is if he's rich or if he's a bad boy. Because then it's a game, it's a sport, it's a challenge, it's an arena. Okay? So, so I have some things I want to show you here. But first off, I guess, I want to show you somebody who's exposing TFL, okay? So, check this out.
This is a video response to John Paul Dorn, his video called Have You Heard of TFL? Yes, I have heard of TFL, and if my Diana Boston account was still open, you would see that not only have I done many videos exposing TFL, but also men's rights activists. Guys who purchase a prostitute, and you're comparing them with TFL guys, and you're saying that guys who guys who buy prostitutes are somehow maybe less dangerous, I guess. I think that's what your point was.
Okay, now she was another prime example. That's right. She gave you a prime example of somebody that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Somebody who don't know what a relationship's really supposed to be about. Not at all. She hasn't the first clue. Oh, she thinks she does. That's right. She thinks she's spilling all kinds of good advice and blah, blah, blah. And she's exposing TFL. That's right. And prostitutes. That's right. And she's making a reply to some other guy. That's right. It's talking about TFL because they think that relationships and love is about sex. Because in their minds, love is sex. Love is sex. And that's because they've been brain raped. That's because they don't know what real love is. It's because they don't know what relationships are. And because they don't know what a real relationship is, and they don't know what love is, they only know what the social conditioning machines taught them. And because they only know what the social conditioning machines taught them, which is the ability to not know how to treat one another. That's right. The ability to, not want to be stuck in the friend zone. Isn't that right? There's another guy up here on YouTube that thinks he's giving professional advice to help guys get a woman. That's right. And one of his advices for you is you got to be an asshole. That's right. You got to be an asshole. You can't be a nice guy. And you definitely can't be friends because you wouldn't want to be stuck in the friend zone. That's right. Because if you're stuck in the friend zone, you wouldn't be able to get anybody. Okay. And that's his advice. He's telling you this straight up, that you don't want to be stuck in the friend zone. Okay. So, because we don't want to be stuck in the friend zone. Okay. And it took becoming friends to ever find real love. It took becoming friends to have a relationship that lasted and lasted and lasted and lasted and lasted and lasted. And then they grew together like it was meant to be. But because we don't got time to be friends anymore, that's right. That's right, because you wouldn't want to be stuck in the friend zone, guys. That's right, so you ain't got time to be a friend no more, okay? And because the women only want the bad boys or the famous people with money, 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 money. That's right, or the bad boy, because it's a challenge, it's a sport, it's a game, it's an arena. That's right, another human being. It's emotions, it's a challenge. It's a game, it's a sport, it's an arena. Yes, play the game, yes. So let's look at where the game has led us in the last few days, guys. Check this out.
Back to our top story now. A tragedy unfolding in Roseville. A teenager is dead. Police say he was stabbed in the stomach by his 16-year-old girlfriend.
It is a shocking case of domestic violence. Fox 2's Iris Perez live in the newsroom now with more. Iris?
Ron, people living on Ford Street in Roseville are shocked. They say the most action they usually see in their neighborhood is of children and teens playing. But after this morning's deadly stabbing, 16-year-old Tremaine Poe is dead. The suspect is his 16-year-old girlfriend who just weeks ago had a baby. It happened around 4 o'clock this morning. Police say 16-year-old Poe was found killed on the living room floor with a single stab wound to the stomach. Investigators believe he got into a heated argument with his girlfriend and she grabbed a kitchen knife. She was arrested at the house and she's currently being held in the Macomb County Youth Home on an open murder charge. The couple had just moved in. They shared the home with their newborn and the 16-year-old girl's mother.
They were a very nice family. He was a nice young man, never, rowdy. They were all very kind, very nice. The little kids came out and played. Other than that, they were good neighbors. They were very good neighbors.
But they were pretty mild-mannered. They kept to themselves pretty much. I waved, do the occasional wave. Usually when I pulled up, they weren't looking. They would, keep to themselves.
Now police tell us the girl's mother was at the house at the time along with the young couple's 3-week-old baby. The baby was not hurt. No word yet if the teenage suspect will be tried as a juvenile or an adult or if she'll face any charges at all. She's due in court for a hearing on Monday. Live in the newsroom, Iris Perez, Fox 2 News.
Fox 2 News starts now.
We may have been shaken to our roots, but our roots are deep. And our faith is strong, and our commitment to our home is unshakable.
The city of Grand Rapids stands strong after the mass murder that left 8 people dead, including 2 children. One of the victims was the gunman's own 12-year-old daughter.
Roderick Dantzler shot and killed himself after the shooting spree at a tense standoff with police. Fox 2's Robin Schwartz is live in the newsroom now with more on this tragedy. Robin?
And Hugh, you heard the mayor say that this mass killing shook Grand Rapids to its roots. It's not clear what triggered the violence, but we do know the shooter used cocaine and alcohol during his rampage. These are the faces of the innocent victims. 10-year-old Melissa Emkins and 12-year-old Camry Dantzler, the shooter's own daughter. 2 beautiful girls with their whole lives ahead of them were gunned down in cold blood. Just 2 of the 7 victims of ex-convict Roderick Dantzler. Also shot and killed were Melissa's mother, 27-year-old Amanda Emkins, and Amanda's sister Kimberly, who once dated Dantzler but hadn't seen him in years.
2 families just torn apart, all in the blink of an eye. If one person could do this to somebody, this is terrible.
The other victims include 29-year-old Jennifer Herron, another ex-girlfriend, and Jennifer's parents, Thomas and Rebecca Herron.
We don't know what triggered it, why. Yesterday became a day that he went out and sought his revenge for whatever reason. We just don't have the answers to that at this point.
But police do know Dantzler was not finished shooting. He fired countless shots from this car. One bullet ricocheted off a titanium plate in a man's nose from a cancer treatment. That victim was not seriously hurt. A woman who was a longtime friend was also targeted but survived.
I hope I don't get a bullet in the head. There's cops right there. Oh, they blocked this whole thing off.
These people found themselves in the middle of the police chase, so they turned on a camera and started rolling.
Look down here, we've got 2 cop cars that just came tearing up Plainfield from the north going south, and they turned and went down into the neighborhood just now.
And this Fox crew was on the air during the chase on area roads and freeways. You can see the bullet holes in the windshield of this Grand Rapids police car from the gunfire. At some point, Dantzler crashed, got out, and broke into a nearby house.
Once he entered the house, there were several shots fired. He immediately called our 911, or very shortly after, called our 911 center and told them that he was in the house and that he did have hostages.
And of course, we now know that Dantzler shot and killed himself. The hostages were not hurt. Court documents do show that Dantzler had been violent and threatened to kill women in his life before, including his own mother. She says that he was even violent as a teenager.
Well, ain't that cool? We're playing the dating game, ain't we? That's right. We're playing the dating game. Yep, she's exposed, TFL now, yep. Yep, she's exposed us. Exposed us? For what? Oh, that's right. She's exposing the fact that she don't know what the fuck she's talking about. She don't know what the fuck she's doing. And she's exposing that we're showing the truth. Okay, well, at least she's exposing us for telling the truth. Because no, TFL's not about sex. Never has been about sex. Never will be about sex. But, of course, people love to take other people's words, twist them around and manipulate them, don't they? That's right. But just the same. You see what the dating game's done for us? You know, the sad thing is you got a lot of guys up here giving advice. And they give the advice and they tell you that you got to do this and you got to do this. That's right. You got to be an asshole. Can't be a nice guy. You got to be an asshole. That's right. They tell you that that's improving your self-esteem. That's right. Gives you more confidence. That's right. And I'm sure these guys don't have a problem getting women. But you want to know what they do have a problem with? I'll guarantee you they do. I'll guarantee you. Every one of these guys up on the internet that are giving you this advice, they're correct. They don't have a problem getting a woman. And they're correct about what they're talking about in today's society in the dating scene. But what they do have a problem with is keeping them. That's right. You know why they can't keep them? Do you really know why they can't keep them? They can't keep them because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They can't keep them because the advice they're giving you is complete hogwash. Now, it's not hogwash as far as getting the girl in today's society, but then that's because the girl don't know what the fuck she's doing neither. Neither genders know what the fuck they're doing. That's why I showed you what I showed you. See? Because that's where it leads to people. That's right. This is where you've led yourself. You've led yourself right on down the road to tyranny, to death, to it hadn't begun. That's right. Because you all have the ability to lie, manipulate, and play the game. Okay? Because y'all want to play the game. There you go, guys. You got what you wanted. There's your game. Lots of people are dying. All because it's a game. But you know, all games come to an end, right? That's right. All games do come to an end. So for the guys giving all this advice, don't be stuck in the friend zone. The relationships don't last because the game came to an end. And for the girls that got shot and killed here, and for the 16-year-old girl who stabbed her boyfriend in the gut, that's right, with a knife. It's the game came to an end, okay? Don't complain. You know, Grand Rapids, he killed all these people, and you're all crying, they destroyed 2 families. No, the game was over. That's all. That was the end game. See, so when you people learn what real love is, what real relationships are about, and how to become a friend and not worry about being stuck in the friend zone because you got to become friends to ever have anything. When you can learn this, then you won't have to worry about the end game no more, okay? That's sort of the way that works. When you can learn this, then the end game won't happen no more. And then you can be in a meaningful relationship that will last instead of these guys that can get the girls telling you, because they get the girls, but they don't keep them. That's right. So instead of listening to the hogwash, why don't you try reality? Let's treat one the way you want to be treated yourself. Take the time to become friends and stop going by lust, materialistic items, and image. Think about it. Leave your comments and opinions. Next video, you have a good one.